For poetry readings. I want to thank the bride for choosing the wedding venue. In Austin, getting married in a vegetarian restaurant would be considered completely normal. In Houston, barbecue capital of the world, we must all agree to never talk about this. Every couple in the history of the universe, from Adam and Eve to today, was decided by God. But there still has to be an attraction. God knew the way to a man's heart was through his stomach and created Eve from ribs. Women, on the other hand, are attracted to men who can provide. Men who are willing to do anything for their wives, including having their wedding in a vegetarian restaurant. Woo! When I look at you both, I am filled with both happiness and sadness. Joy that you finally found each other, and sadness that J-Date lost 2 of its actual Jews. I'm selling my shares if anyone's interested. The difference between shidduch dating and online dating is the computer won't tell you to lower your expectations, whereas Aunt Sheila will. A round of applause for Aunt Sheila. And now for some Torah. The first bracha of Sheva brachas, which we will say tonight in benching, is Sha'akol bara lechvod, that everything is created for God's honor. And the last bracha is one mentioning the joy and happiness of marriage. Kosher in simcha gilo rino. Reb Avram Palm ZTL, which is like a BTL except you get it when you die, explained that this is the most relevant message for the newlyweds. When one starts out with the focus upon bringing out Chovod Shamayim and fully serving Hashem, it is in this way that you will merit the sweetness and joy of marriage. Unfortunately, no one mentioned this at my wedding, but someone did buy us the box set of Married with Children. And now I would like to share with the chosin some things that my color teacher never taught me. Yes, I had a color teacher for the questions my chosin teacher couldn't answer before he changed his phone number. The most effective way to remember your wife's birthday is to forget it once. And before even thinking about criticizing what you might perceive as your wife's faults, remember it was these very features that prevented her from getting a better husband than you. I know it's true. Now, no one has a perfect marriage, but being married to a teacher doesn't help Daniel. No matter how hard he tries, she will try harder and then grade him on a curve. In regards to the bride, now I didn't really know the color, so having studied graphology, I asked, which is the art of seeing someone through their handwriting, I asked if maybe over lunch she could write a few lines, and she did. And I can tell you, she's a messy eater. They call the bride a color, which has its root in the Aramaic word kula, which means leniency. The lesson here is to make a marriage work, you have to be very, very forgiving, especially when your husband tells a Devar Torah like this. The gematria of chosin is 458, and the gematria of color is 55, and those 2 numbers have no connection. But if you add 1 for the Almighty, you get no closer. I'm sorry, I have to apologize. Aunt Sheila was helping me with the speech, and she assured me that if I gave it enough time, it would all work out. Don't ask her for help with the family budget. Marriage is like a box of chocolates. It's full of wonderful, delicious surprises, but the only guarantee is that eventually everyone puts on weight. My rabbi told me that a good sense of humor and a short memory were 2 tips to a happy marriage. If you don't have them, there's always Xanax and dementia. Marriage is like a new wing. It's absolutely beautiful for 2 years, and then you start to think about dying. For you single people, let me say this. Don't marry a beautiful person, because a beautiful person might leave you. Okay, if you marry an ugly person, they might leave you too, but who cares? In conclusion, these two lovebirds are a clear testament that God runs this world. They are a match made in heaven, for which Aunt Sheila took a finder's fee. In fact, in preparation for this speech, I actually called Daniel and asked him, what traits do you think best describe Denise? And I thought he was describing himself. He said, incredible warmth reflected in the warmest smile. Someone always quick to assist, not just in words, but in meaningful action. Always thoughtful and patient. And a true natural leader. Denise and Daniel, may you continue to grow together, to strengthen each other, and amplify each of your gifts in the service of God, your family, and the community. Mazel tov.